Welcome to Auto Chatter. Today's episode is a little different. I decided to take a trip to my local Cars and Coffee in West Palm Beach, Florida. This one is considered one of the bigger ones in the country, actually, and there's always something to see. Next month, a mega event is planned, so if you like this one, I'll be here for that one too. I'm not sponsored by Cars and Coffee or anything, but let's take a peek at some of the highlights from the show I thought you might find interesting. Well, this one caught my eye right off the bat. Nice looking 93 to 95 Mazda RX-7. Looks like a lot of modifications too. Single big turbo upgrade and things like that. Sweet car, even has a Nintendo Switch inside. Now this is a beauty. Looks like a 1967 Pontiac GTO with the tri-power carbs and a manual transmission. It's in a great color too, and red. I like it. I don't think those cup holders in there are original, but I'll give them a pass for that. Man, this was the age where Pontiac made some really cool cars. I probably should have talked about this one during my Grand National episode. But this is an 89 Turbo Trans Am 20th Anniversary Edition. It's got the engine basically out of a Grand National. I think it was rated in the mid 200 range, but they were kind of lying about that, and it was probably closer to 3. And I believe this was the first car used as an Indy pace car that did not require any modifications. They could pretty much run it right out of the box out there, which is pretty cool. Nice little NA Miata here. Looks like it's set up for track use. Got the roll bar action going on. Updated lights. Nice looking wheels too. I dig it. Well, you can't have a car show without a classic Beetle. This one, I guess it's probably mid-60s, maybe early 60s. Lowered. The trick windshield that pops out, that's definitely not standard, but that's really cool. I assume they're paying homage to the microbuses of the era. Love the headlights. Did a really good job with the engine, how they've got dressed it up. And digging the surf stickers too. I believe this is a 59 Cadillac. It's in beautiful shape. I don't know if the camera's doing it any justice, but this would be the, when you think 50s cars, just with the crazy tail fins and all the chrome, this is just peak 50s cars. I mean, they started toning them down after this model year because they were just getting pretty wild, but nevertheless, it's just gorgeous. I don't know what else to say about it. This is the Mad Max section. And I don't even know what exactly this was originally based off of. Got Ford stuff on it. Looks like a Ford engine, but and it has hydraulics. They don't normally drive around that low. This one, which has the non-pedestrian friendly front end, is obviously a Volkswagen Beetle. Talked to the owner of it briefly. It is sweet. It's got I think he said a 1641 air-cooled engine, and the cool thing with that is it's got a supercharger on it that he said was running about 6 pounds of boost. And I really didn't think that was a thing with the air-cooled Beetles, because I've seen turbos, but the supercharger is obviously a lot more rare. This thing is just nuts. Some sort of old commercial truck it was based off of. I'm not really good with those things, but lowered, huge turbo diesel engine in it. Definitely looks like something out of Mad Max. I mean, just mount a few machine guns on it and take off to the wasteland and have a blast. Yeah, and here's some more Cadillacs. See a Camaro there. Just kind of a little overview from where we're at this point in the Cars and Coffee. Turnout on this one wasn't as big as some of the others, but there's still thousands of cars here. Got another big Caddy here. A little newer. I'm not really good with these. I don't know if it's late 60s, early 70s. It's pretty. My wife actually took this footage of it. She liked this car. I mean, Yeah, my Miata would probably fit on the hood of it. It is really long, but it's just in pristine condition. I mean, there's tons of cars out here are nice. This is certainly beautiful, though. I mean, don't take my word for it. You know, it's right there on the screen. But yeah, there's that 59 next to it. Gorgeous. And here's a interesting duo. You got this extremely modified trike. Looks like a Goldwing meets a golf cart. It's pretty wild. And this Volvo 240 wagon. It's really clean. Just don't see those as often anymore. But yeah, it's straight. It's got the leather. And we got ourselves another big caddy here. This is another one my wife took some footage of. She, like I said, she really digs these big caddies. But I think this one's a two-door hardtop. Again, I apologize for not really knowing the year with these. I'm thinking again late 60s, early 70s. I just not really my thing. They're huge. I still think they're cool though. Got a Fox body Mustang here. 81, 82, looking at the grill. And it's a 5.0. So it's an earlier Fox body. Crazy shifter in it. Really clean. Don't think that wing is stock. Pretty car though. This is pretty cool. Chevy C10 pickup, customized. Probably somewhere around a 1970 model if I had to guess, but not too sharp with these. A lot of modifications. It's got cup holders. That's a big plus. Chrome, like how they did the dash. Front end shot too. And here is the Corvette section. Probably a club or something, because they're all grouped together. Got your supercharged C7. 70s C3s. Good looking C6 here. Some other Corvettes there behind them. That's a Z06. Looks really good. My brother-in-law had one that just looked just like that. Yeah, got a new one there. Nice. Yeah, definitely was a lot of Corvettes out there today. I like that red one. Ooh. Hood's got a big hole in it though. Nah, beautiful car. Here's a 55 Chevy truck. Looks like a resto mod. And it is gorgeous. There's a little placard about it. Lowered wheels. Very well done. That's a pretty one. Got a big Chevy here with a 427. The name escapes me which one these are, because again, I'm not really good with these. I don't think it's a Chevelle. Somebody in the comments tell me which one this is, because I'm going to kick myself in the head when you go, oh, it's this, you idiot. Oh yeah, I should have thought of that. But manual transmission, like God intended. Really clean interior. Nice looking car. I even like the color. Just wish I knew what it was. God, it's killing me. Anyway, again, you let me know what it is. I don't think it's a Chevelle, but alright, now this one is a Buick Riviera. This is back when Buicks were really cool. And this one's definitely modified a bit. Those wheels are definitely not factory. It's pretty. I have to admit, I actually think this looks a little better than that Chevy. It's got the wrong transmission in it, but you know, as far as the looks of the car, I kind of prefer the looks of this Buick a little better. But you know what? I wouldn't kick either of them out of my garage, if you know what I mean. Very pretty vehicle. See, it's got that Wildcat engine. Wildcat 465. That's a big one. And here is a Chevelle SS. I don't know if it's a real Chevelle SS. From what I understand, a lot of people took these over the years and made SS clones, but it may very well be a real deal. Pretty car. Wrong transmission, but pretty car. Liking the color. Again, it's got custom wheels too. Good looking sport stripes. Yeah, could be a real deal, or it could have started life with an inline six. Nobody knows. Here's a BMW Z3 in purple. Purple on purple, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, actually the top looks a little more blue. Gold wheels are nice. My neighbor actually has a Z3, an M edition, that I wonder if he'll ever take it out here, because it's a beauty. He had a lot of work done to it recently. Yeah, big old lifted Jeep. A lot of times at Cars and Coffee here, there's a whole row of them, but I didn't see as many of them out this time. Must be a club. And here we got a row of BMWs. Ugh, I really don't like the front end on the new ones. Eesh. This is probably a club too. Yeah, BMW. Eesh. Just can't get used to that front end. Well, that one looks okay. Well, that's a crossover. To each their own, I guess. I'm just not a huge BMW guy personally. That one looks expensive. Yeah, you know, if you've never seen one of these in person, you don't realize just how small they are. It's a classic Mini Cooper. Wonderful condition. And I think I overheard the owner saying that it had air conditioning too. And it's left-hand drive. But what a cool little car. I mean, this is the type of stuff I really like seeing at Cars and Coffee. I mean, you just don't see these every day, you know. Here's a classic Jeep CJ, 80s if I had to guess. I mean, this is well done to me. It's not overdone. Everything looks purposeful. You know, it's got the lift. It's got the right tires. It's just a nice setup. I like what they did here. Digging it. This one was funny. My wife pointed it out to me and said, "Oh, you just did a video on a Del Sol. There's one right over there." I was like, "No, honey, that's an S2000. That's a completely different car. And this is rear-wheel drive, sports car. You know, take a Miata and invest a lot more money into it and charge a lot more money, and you get this. Definitely a classic, and I got to get around to making a video for one." Over here we got a JDM Supra, and it was weird. That was the only 90s Supra that I saw out here today. A lot of times I'll spot more. Pretty car. And here we have the row of Porsches. Gotta love Porsches. The 944 Turbo. Ooh. Air-cooled 911. I love this era of 911. I just think they're so awesome. And they bring a lot of money now. They're not cheap. This next one's even prettier. Look at that. Man. And yeah, got a newer one there scooting by. I definitely have a thing for 911s. Probably an offshoot of my air-cooled Volkswagen fascination. Never owned one of these, but at the prices they are nowadays, I probably never will. And there's another pretty one. Definitely had a lot of Porsche representation out there, but that's usually the case. I assume this is some sort of Porsche club because they always seem to park in the same area, have their cars on display. See a couple of McLarens there in the background. I'll be showing those here shortly. I like that car. Thirsty. Gotta love that. Ooh, convertible. And my hand's in the way, yeah. I gotta work on my camera work. Sorry, my hand's blocking stuff because I'm kind of an idiot, I guess. Yeah, automatic. It's a shame. But, ooh, love that color. Oh, now this is nice. Yeah. Even the convertible top had a stripe down it. That was a nice, neat touch. Here, I think that's a Boxster. Whew. Loving it. Or no, that's a Cayman. Yeah, okay. But most of these are 911s. I guess there's some Caymans thrown in for fun. Yes. It's another shot of that convertible from the rear. You can get a look at that spoiler and the striping they got on the top. Daddy likes. Ooh. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. I won't try to race one of these with my Miata, that's for sure. Wow. Nice looking wheels. This is probably my favorite one. I mean, not counting those earlier air-cooled ones. And Nissan GTR. Classic. Usually several of these out here at this show. This one looks fairly stock, which is pretty cool. Definitely have some modified ones running around South Florida. Here's a Range Rover SUV. I think my wife took this footage. And there you go. It's a Range Rover SUV for all its glory. And this is a 911 GT3, I believe. Also very nice. Very fast. Here's some McLarens. And a Shelby Mustang. McLarens. Got the nice creamsicle effect here. Ooh. Yep, Shelby Mustang. Another GTR thrown in for fun. Iron Man's car. Got an Audi R8. Got a Corvette. Here's a classic Nissan Skyline. Yeah, usually have quite a few JDM cars out here. This one's no exception. Pretty car. I like how they did it up. Here we got a Aston Martin crossover. Some more footage my wife took. Okay. There's a Lamborghini. We actually were next to this thing on the way home when we left the Cars and Coffee. And I think it had 30-day tags on it, so it might be brand new. There's been times I've come out here and you'll see 20 or 30 Lamborghinis all in a row. Got another McLaren here. I'm in the little more expensive area of the car show at this point. They tend to have all the exotics kind of lumped together. That's wild how the exhaust comes out like that. Pretty. And here's a Ford GT, the new one. And you don't see many of these. That's a wild. I mean, this is probably the second one of these I've ever seen in person. Really cool. Yeah, it's wow. That door, the way it cuts in, that's neat. I don't know if that Ford badge there when it's open is stock, but it looks like it should be. Wow. Yeah, definitely don't touch. Here's a Jaguar. Gotta have a little Jaguar representation here. Good looking car. Another Lamborghini. with a V10, so I believe that's an Audi motor. Alfa Romero car, SUV, something. Oh, it's a car. I think my wife took this shot. I see those on the road all the time. There's a Mercedes AMG. Pretty nasty car, fast car. There's a classic Ferrari. Nice color. Nice engine. Here's a newer Ferrari. I think I like this one a little bit better. Yeah, kind of reminds me of Miata. If my Miata cost $500,000 more. Here's a C3 Corvette, side pipes, with a teeny little Corvette on top of the engine. It's pretty cute. You should have parked this over there with the other Corvettes. I like it. Now this is a Pontiac Mira. If you watch my Fiero episode, I talked about the Mira, which was a kit car of the Fiero, and they only made 200 and something of them before Ferrari sued them. And you could order these new from a Pontiac dealer, and as you can see, it looks like a Ferrari 308. Talked with the owner for a bit. He's owned this for about 30 years. And it's got the little Ferrari badges everywhere. It's got real Ferrari wheels on it. You know, it's the interior gives away it's a Fiero to a point, but still, it's this is a cool car, and it probably is one of the rarest things that was out here that day. So I felt really happy to be able to see and show a Mira in person. Now this is a Honda NSX. This is a JDM one. Over in Japan and elsewhere they didn't have Acura, so it was a Honda. Got a body kit on it. Couldn't tell you what kind. I'm sure the Honda faithful can say, oh, well, that's a Takemuchi body kit or something, but you know, feel free to comment on it and let me know, yeah, you idiot, it's obviously this kit. But whatever it is, it's wild, really wild. And there's some big trucks. Sometimes at the show, I don't know if it's a club, but there'll be 30 or 40 giant trucks all in a row. Don't see quite as many this time, but they're there. I mean, these are all things I'd be scared to see in my rearview mirror at the stoplight. Because as big as they are, I don't know if my head would even come to their bumper level in traffic. But yeah, if you're a big truck fan, then you know, take it all in. Look, big truck, another big truck. Yeah, nice. The spikes on the rims. Man, that thing is long. I mean, like, really long. And no car show would be complete without a classic Mustang, and this is no exception. Looks like it was, looks like it's fairly original too. It's red, white interior, wrong transmission. But you know, nobody's perfect. Pretty car. We got another Audi here. Looks like an Audi R8. It's next to that Ferrari I took some shots of earlier. And I think Audi just recently stopped making the R8. So Iron Man's probably in mourning. Oh, that's right, he's dead. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. Yeah, there's that Ferrari again. I can't get over how pretty that is. Just have to give it another little peek here. Now this is a new Acura NSX. These are not. You don't see these, and they didn't sell well. I believe they already discontinued it. Another Porsche. Another S2000 with the hard top. Very well done. So it's got a roll cage in it too. So this one looks like it's ready for the track. Very nice. And this is another. This is a JDM Toyota. A Cresta. And it kind of looks like a 90s Camry, but it's rear-wheel drive, so I don't know if maybe it's based off of a GS, a Lexus GS here. It's like a 2J under the hood. Here we got some more cars, Mercedes, and Charger, Challenger, something. Some more Corvettes that are... We're not in the section with the Corvettes for whatever reason. Another Mercedes. Now this is the new Z. This is a Proto Z, but looks like somebody's changed the wheels out on it. And this is only the second one of these I've ever seen in person. I don't know if Nissan's having production problems and in getting them out there. But yeah. Looks nice in person, that's for sure. And a Supra right behind it, or maybe this should have been in the BMW section, but they decided to park it here. And this is pretty crazy. If you like turbos, there you go. I like how that exhaust juts out. I think this is an IS, like a first gen Lexus IS. If you know for sure, by all means, comment. But somebody's done a lot of work on this. This is a Honda Odyssey, a Japanese or JDM one, a first gen. And I actually talked about this in my Minivan Wars Part 2 video. As you can see, it actually has 4 real doors as opposed to sliding doors. And Isuzu sold a version of these two called an Oasis. And I don't think I've ever seen a JDM Odyssey here. So that was kind of a neat thing to see. Mitsubishi 3000 GT. There's actually a few of those out here today. See them here and there still, but they're getting more rare. Kind of cool to see a few of them. Like here's a white one. And I think there was a Dodge Stealth out here too. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think this one's a little newer than the other. Yeah, this is a Dodge Stealth here. So this is the Dodge version of the 3000 GT. Couple classic Miatas. Talked with these guys for a few minutes because I'm a Miata owner myself. Very clean. This gentleman with the black one, talked to him for a good while. He's got a few of these. Very interesting character. He just came back from that Tail of the Dragon run there in the mountains of North Carolina with the Miata. This one's sharp too. These are both, I think this one's a 92 and the black one was a 93. The black one is really rare because it's like a limited edition. Anyway, this has been my Cars and Coffee episode for August 2023 in West Palm Beach, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, please comment, and if you dig this sort of entertainment, I'll throw this into the mix too, because they do these once a month, and there's other local car shows too. So just kind of testing the waters, seeing if this is a good fit too for my subscribers or hopefully future subscribers. And until next time, chatter out.